Today's topic is polynomial. In this topic today we'll find a relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. As we know, quadratic polynomial is of the form ax square plus bx plus c. Before finding the relationship, first see one example. It will be helpful to find the relationship between zeros and coefficients of polynomial. X square plus 5x plus 6. Suppose this is a polynomial. Now we know how to factorize it by middle term splitting. You all know middle term splitting, as this is already learned by you. So we see here we get x plus 2, x plus 3. Now we know to get the 0 of px is equal to x square plus 5x plus 6, px should be equal to 0. If we have to find zeros of a polynomial, then we equate given polynomial with 0. X square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. As we know, we have to find that values of x. If we put that values in this, whole polynomial become equal to 0. When we factorize it, you can see here we got x plus 2, x plus 3 is equal to 0. It implies that x plus 2 and x plus 3 are the factors of x square plus 5x plus 6. This implies either x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x is equal to minus 2, or x plus 3 is equal to 0 implies x is equal to minus 3. So x is equal to minus 2, x is equal to minus 3 are zeros of x square plus 5x plus 6. Means if we'll put x is equal to minus 2 in this, we will get value of this polynomial equal to 0. And if we put x is equal to minus 3, then also we will get value of this polynomial equal to 0. Now, one thing which you have to keep in mind, that x plus 2, x plus 3 are factors of this polynomial and these two are zeros. Now, we will find the relationship. Suppose a polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. Here a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x and c is constant. Then if alpha and beta are zeros of ax square plus bx plus c, as here zeros are minus 2 minus 3, same way we are assuming here that alpha and beta are zeros of ax square plus bx plus c, then it can be written as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to k x minus alpha x minus beta, where k is some constant. As here x square plus 5x plus 6 can be written as x plus 2 x plus 3. When zeros are minus 2 minus 3, then we write here x plus 2 x plus 3. Same way if zeros are alpha and beta, so if we factorize this, we will get this form k x minus alpha x minus beta. K is some real number, some constant. It may be real number, rational or irrational. Now ax square plus bx plus c, if we solve it, we will get k x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. And if we solve it, we get ax square plus bx plus c is equal to k x square minus k alpha plus beta x plus k alpha beta. Comparing coefficients of x square, x and constant terms. Here we can see coefficient of x square is a, and here coefficient of x square is k. So a is equal to k. Coefficient of x is b. Here we can see coefficient of x is minus k alpha plus beta. Here constant term is c, and if this side we see constant term is k alpha beta. Now put k is equal to a in equation second. Put k is equal to a in equation second. We get b is equal to minus a alpha plus beta, which implies that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Same way, if we put k is equal to a in equation third, put k is equal to a in equation third, we get c is equal to a alpha beta. It can be written as alpha beta is equal to c upon a. From these two relations we can say alpha is one of the zero and other zero is beta. It means this is sum of zeros. So we can write sum of zeros is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Now our polynomial was ax square plus bx plus c. So what is b here? Coefficient of x. We can also write minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. This is the relationship between alpha, beta and coefficients of given polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. That sum of zeros is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. And alpha and beta, alpha beta means alpha multiplied by beta. So we can say product of zeros, that is equal to alpha beta is equal to c by a. What is c here? Constant term. Constant term. And what about a? It is coefficient of x square. So these are the two relations. These are the two relations when we know the zeros and coefficients of given polynomial. One more thing I want to discuss here, that here we have written k with x minus alpha and x minus beta. Why we are writing here k? You can understand like this. Suppose I write x square minus 4 and we have to find zeros of x square minus 4. To get the zeros of x square minus 4, we put it equal to 0 and we get x square is equal to 4, x is equal to root 4 means plus minus 2. One of the 0 is plus 2 and other 0 is minus 2, or you can write x minus 2, x plus 2. Suppose it is written 2x square minus 8. Again we have to find zeros of this quadratic polynomial. We'll put this equal to 0. If we take out 2, again we get x square minus 4 is equal to 0. If we factorize this, we get x minus 2, x plus 2. By the identity a square minus b square, a minus b, a plus b. Now this 2, if we write this 2 in the denominator of 0, we will get x minus 2, x plus 2 is equal to 0. again we get zeros. X is equal to 2, x is equal to minus 2. One more example. Suppose it is written 4x square minus 16. We have to find zeros of this quadratic polynomial. Again we'll put this equal to 0. 4 we take out. This will be x square minus 4 is equal to 0. Again we write it like this, that 4 x minus 2 x plus 2 is equal to 0. So again zeros are x minus 2 and x minus 2 x plus 2. It means x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to 2 are the zeros. We can see here one thing, that when the quadratic polynomial was x square minus 4, then also zeros are plus 2 minus 2. If quadratic polynomial is 2x square minus 8, then zeros are also 2 and minus 2. If quadratic polynomial is 4x square minus 16, then also we are getting the same zeros. It means if we get this value, which we can take out as a common number, so then also we can have same number of zeros for different polynomials. So to present this 2, 4, or if there is nothing to 1, we use the symbol k, which represents any real number. K can be any real number. So there can be so many polynomials with the same value of zeros. How to find the zeros of a quadratic polynomial and verify the relationship between the zeros and coefficients of quadratic polynomial. Let's take one example. Suppose a quadratic polynomial is 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. We know quadratic polynomials standard form is ax square plus bx plus c, where a should not be equal to 0. Now if we see this quadratic polynomial, this is not in standard form. So firstly we will write this in standard form in this order. Firstly x square term, then x term, and then constant. The same way if we write this, it will be 6x square minus 7x minus 3. Now to find the zeros of this quadratic polynomial, let this quadratic polynomial is represented by px. To get the zeros of this quadratic polynomial, to get zeros of px, we know that px should be equal to 0. If we have to find zeros of a quadratic polynomial, we equate it with 0. So 6x square minus 7x minus 3 is equal to 0. You all know how to factorize it by middle term splitting. So we are going to do middle term splitting. We have to think two numbers so that their product should be minus 18 and sum should be minus 7. We can write it like this: 6x square minus 9x plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now here 3 is common, 2x minus 3, we can see there 1 is common, 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. This one 3x is common. Now it will be 3x plus 1 and 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. This implies 3x plus 1 is equal to 0, or you can say 3x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to minus 1 by 3, or 2x minus 3 is equal to 0 implies x is equal to 3 by 2. So two zeros of given quadratic polynomial are minus 1 by 3 and 3 by 2. Generally we denote 0 by alpha and beta. So here alpha is minus 1 by 3, beta is 3 by 2. Now we have to verify the relationship between the zeros and coefficients. If we see this, ax square plus bx plus c, if we compare 6x square minus 7x minus 3 by ax square plus bx plus c, in 6x square minus 7x minus 3, a will be equal to 6, b will be equal to minus 7, and c will be equal to minus 3. A is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and c is constant term. Now we know the relationship between zeros and coefficients of polynomials can be given by alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. So first we will calculate alpha plus beta. Alpha is minus 1 by 3, beta is 3 by 2. If we calculate it, LCM is 6, then minus 2, then it will be 9. It gives us 7 by 6. We have to verify, so we have to show here that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Now minus b by a minus value of b is minus 7, a is 6, it means it is 7 by 6. This implies that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. One of the relationship is verified, that sum of zeros of a quadratic polynomial is equal to minus b upon a. Now product of zeros, that is alpha beta. Alpha is minus 1 by 3, beta is 3 by 2, and their product minus 3 by 6. We know alpha beta should be equal to c by a. C by a. Value of c is minus 3. Value of a is 6. We can reduce this also, minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2. So here we can also see that alpha beta is equal to c by a, that is minus 1 by 2. So we can see that both the relationships are verified. Alpha plus beta minus b by a and alpha beta c by a, hence verified. Take one more example. T square minus 15. Now here pt is t square minus 15. To get 0, pt should be equal to 0. It means t square minus 15 is equal to 0. 15 is the square of root 15. We applied here a square minus b square, that is equal to a minus b, a plus b. This implies t minus root 15 is equal to 0. It means t is equal to root 15, or t plus root 15 is equal to 0. It means t is equal to minus root 15. Now these are the zeros of pt are root 15 and minus root 15. So we are representing zeros here by alpha and beta. Alpha is root 15 and beta is minus root 15. Alpha plus beta, that is root 15 plus minus root 15, will be equal to 0. We have to prove this is equal to minus b upon a, Now see, t square minus 15. If we write this ax square plus bx plus c like this, so here we can see that there is a coefficient of t square, that is 1, but coefficient of t is not there. We can also understand like this. This is at square plus bt plus c. So if we compare this by this, coefficient of t square is a, that is here a is equal to 1. This is a, and here coefficient of t square is 1. b is equal to 0 as there is no term containing t, and c is a constant term, that is minus 15. So as there is no term which contains c, which contains t, it means b will be equal to 0. Now put the value of b, that is 0, value of a 1, 0 divided by 1 0. This implies that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a 0. Sum of zeros equal to minus b by a. Now alpha beta, value of alpha is root 15, beta is minus root 15, this will be minus 15, and c by a, we see c is minus 15, a is 1, it gives minus 15. So we can say that alpha beta is equal to c by a, that is equal to minus 15. Both the relations between zeros and coefficients are verified, hence it is verified. Now if sum of zeros and product of zeros are given, then how can we find a quadratic polynomial? As here sum of zeros, that is alpha plus beta is 1 by 4. Sum of zeros, that is not alpha and beta, this is alpha plus beta, it is sum, and alpha beta means product, that is minus 1. Sum is minus 1 by 4, product is minus 1. We have to form a quadratic polynomial. So for this we put the values in this kx square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta, where k is any real number, any real number. K x square minus alpha plus beta is minus 1 by 4, alpha beta is minus 1, k x square plus 1 by 4x minus 1. We can do more simplification by finding the LCM. 4x square plus x minus 4, or k by 4, 4x square plus x minus 4. This k by 4 can be represented by some other variable or real number, because this is a real number again, so we are representing it by k dash. 4x square plus x minus 4. So by this way we can find a quadratic polynomial if sum of zeros and product of zeros is given. Take one more example. Here 4 and 1, these are the sum of zeros. Alpha plus beta is 4 and alpha beta is 1. We know alpha plus beta, that is equal to minus b by a. So if we compare this, we can see from here that b is equal to minus 4 and a is equal to 1. Same way we know alpha beta can be written as c upon a. So if we compare this, there is 1, we can write 1 upon 1. So by this way we can get c is equal to 1 and a is equal to 1. Now quadratic polynomial. Can be written as ax square plus bx plus c. Here value of a is 1 multiplied by x square, b is minus 4 multiplied by x, c is 1. So this will be x square minus 4x plus 1. We can see here in this method we have put directly values of alpha plus beta and alpha beta in this equation. X square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta is equal to px, and in this case we are comparing the coefficients with zeros. Here b is minus 4, a is 1, c is 1, a is 1, as there is nothing in denominator, so 4 can be written as 4 upon 1. It means a is 1. So we will put the values of a, b and c in the given quadratic polynomial which is in a standard form, and we will have the polynomial x square minus 4x plus 1 with sum of zeros 4 and product 1.